The lights shine down bright. The smell of freshly cut grass and hot dogs hangs in the air. Tonight, it's more than just another game on the schedule. It's August 13th, 2025. The Seattle Mariners are in town, facing the Baltimore Orioles at a packed Camden Yards. You feel that buzz in the air? That's the feeling of playoff baseball, even though we're still a few weeks away. Both of these teams are clawing for every single win, trying to secure their spot in October. This isn't just about one victory, it's about momentum. It's about sending a message to the rest of the league. You can see it in the players' eyes during warm-ups. There's a focus, an intensity that you don't get on a Tuesday in April. Every pitch, every swing, it all matters just a little bit more tonight. So here we are. The crowd is electric, a sea of orange and black ready to cheer their birds on. But don't count out the traveling Mariners fans, a splash of navy and northwest green sprinkled throughout the stands. The first few innings, a masterclass in pitching. Logan Gilbert takes the mound for Seattle, and he is just dealing. His fastball has that extra zip, painting the corners of the plate with precision. The Orioles' big hitters, guys like Adley Rutschman and Gunnar Henderson, they step into the box looking to do damage, but they walk back to the dugout shaking their heads. Gilbert's slider is just nasty, diving out of the strike zone at the last second. He's in a rhythm, working quickly, and you can see the confidence building with every out. But don't think for a second that Grayson Rodriguez is just going to let the Mariners have their way. The young Orioles right-hander comes out throwing absolute gas. We're talking triple digits on the radar gun. Julio Rodriguez, Seattle's superstar, comes up for his first at-bat, and Rodriguez challenges him with pure heat. Foul ball, and then a swinging strike three on a fastball that seemed to explode through the zone. The Camden Yards faithful erupts. They know their guy is up for the challenge. Rodriguez matches Gilbert pitch for pitch, inning for inning. It's a classic standoff, two aces refusing to blink. This is what you call a pitcher's duel, folks. Through 3 innings, the scoreboard shows nothing but zeros. Not just no runs, but barely any base runners. A walk here, a single there, but nothing comes of it. Each pitcher faces a little bit of trouble and then slams the door shut. You can feel the tension building with each passing out. This isn't a boring, slow game. It's a strategic battle, a high-wire act where one mistake could change everything. The 4th inning arrives, and the stalemate continues. Logan Gilbert is still on cruise control, retiring the first 2 Orioles batters with ease. It looks like another quick, clean inning for the Seattle ace. The crowd is appreciative but quiet, waiting for their team to give them something, anything to cheer about. Then, up steps Anthony Santander. He's a professional hitter, a guy who always seems to have a plan at the plate. Gilbert throws a first-pitch fastball right down the middle, maybe getting a little too comfortable. Santander does not miss it. He turns on the pitch with a swing so quick, so violent, you almost miss it. The crack of the bat echoes through the entire ballpark, a sound that means only one thing. The ball rockets off his bat, a high, majestic arc climbing into the humid night sky. The Mariners' right fielder doesn't even bother moving. He just turns and watches it go. The baseball sails over the iconic brick warehouse in right field, a home run in every sense of the word. Camden Yards absolutely explodes. The silence is shattered by the roar of 40,000 fans jumping to their feet. Santander takes a slow, satisfying trot around the bases, soaking it all in. He just gave his team a 1-0 lead. As he crosses home plate, his teammates pour out of the dugout to greet him with high fives and helmet slaps. The energy in the stadium has completely shifted. For the first time all night, Logan Gilbert looks human. You can see him on the mound, taking a deep breath, trying to reset. That one mistake, that one pitch, has completely changed the complexion of the game. Heading into the top of the 5th, the question is simple. How will Seattle respond? They're down 1-0, and Grayson Rodriguez still looks untouchable on the mound for Baltimore. The crowd is buzzing, feeling confident. But this Mariners team has a reputation for being resilient. They don't get rattled easily. Leading off the inning is third baseman Eugenio Suarez. He works the count full, fouling off tough pitch after tough pitch. He's not trying to be a hero, he's just trying to start something. On the 8th pitch of the at-bat, he slaps a curveball into the gap in left center field for a double. Just like that, the tying run is in scoring position with nobody out. The Seattle dugout comes to life. That one hit seems to change the dynamic. Rodriguez, who had been so dominant, suddenly looks a little bit shaky. The next batter, Ty France, lays down a perfect sacrifice bunt, moving Suarez to third base. It's textbook baseball, manufacturing a run instead of waiting for another home run. Now the pressure is really on. The Orioles' infield creeps in, trying to cut off the run at the plate. The crowd is tense, knowing this is a pivotal moment. The Mariners just need a fly ball, a grounder through the infield, anything to get that run home. J.P. Crawford steps up to the plate, a tough out who rarely strikes out. He battles, fighting off pitches until he gets one he can handle. Crawford hits a sharp ground ball to the right side of the infield. The Orioles' second baseman makes a good play, diving to his left to stop the ball. He scrambles to his feet and throws to first for the out, but it's not in time to turn a double play. More importantly, Suarez tags up from third and sprints home, sliding across the plate just ahead of the throw. The Mariners have done it. They've tied the game, 1-1. A small pocket of Seattle fans erupts in cheers, their voices cutting through the nervous silence of the home crowd. It wasn't flashy, but it was effective. They scratched and clawed their way back into the game, a testament to their gritty style of play. But Seattle has accomplished its mission. They answered Baltimore's punch with one of their own. The game is tied, and it feels like we're starting all over again, with the intensity ratcheted up even higher. We jump ahead to the seventh inning. The game is still deadlocked at 1-1. Both starting pitchers have been magnificent, but their pitch counts are climbing. This is where the game will be won or lost. Brandon Hyde decides to send Grayson Rodriguez back out for the Orioles. The first batter he faces is Cal Raleigh. Cal works the count and draws a walk. A leadoff walk in a tie game is always dangerous. Scott Servais decides to play for one run. He calls for a bunt and the batter executes it perfectly. With one out, the top of the Mariners lineup is coming up. This is the moment. Hyde makes the slow walk to the mound, and that's it for Rodriguez. In comes Baltimore's top setup man from the bullpen. The pressure in the stadium is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Julio Rodriguez steps into the batter's box. The reliever's first pitch is a 98-mile-per-hour fastball, strike one. The next pitch is a slider that dives low and away. The count is 1-1. The reliever fires another fastball, but he misses his spot. The ball drifts over the heart of the plate. Julio unleashes that beautiful, powerful swing, and the connection is pure. The ball explodes off the bat with a deafening crack. It's a towering moonshot, heading for the left field seats. The ball lands deep in the bleachers, a 2-run home run. The Mariners' dugout erupts. Julio circles the bases, pointing to the sky. That was the turning point. That was the moment when the Mariners seized control of the game. Now the script is flipped. The Seattle Mariners have a 3-1 lead, and the game is handed over to their bullpen, which has been one of the best in the league all season. The pressure shifts from the hitters to the pitchers. Their job is to protect this precious 2-run lead for the final 3 innings. In the bottom of the 7th, Scott Servais brings in his primary setup man, a right-hander with a devastating sinker. The Orioles are not going down without a fight. Their dugout is trying to rally the troops, clapping and shouting encouragement. The Orioles manage to get a runner on base with a leadoff single. The tying run is now at the plate in the form of Gunnar Henderson. The tension returns immediately. One swing of the bat could tie this game right back up, but the Mariners' reliever is calm under pressure. He induces a sharp ground ball right to the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Crawford scoops it up, flips it to the second baseman, who pivots and fires to first for a soul-crushing double play. The rally is killed before it can even start. The Baltimore crowd lets out a frustrated sigh. That was their chance, and it vanished in the blink of an eye. The 8th inning presents a similar challenge. The heart of the Orioles order is due up again. Adley Rutschman leads off and works a tough walk after a long at-bat. The pressure is right back on. The tying run is on deck. But again, the Mariners' bullpen proves why it's so highly regarded. The next pitcher comes in and just pounds the strike zone. He gets a huge strikeout of Anthony Santander, the hero from earlier in the game. A fly ball to center field and another ground out end the 8th inning. The Mariners are now just 3 outs away from a massive road victory. Their dugout is electric. The players are on the top step of the railing, ready to celebrate. The Orioles, on the other hand, look dejected. They had their chances, but the Mariners' defense and bullpen were simply too good. The top of the 9th inning arrives. The air is thick with anticipation. The Seattle Mariners send their closer to the mound, a man known for his intimidating presence and a fastball that touches 100 miles per hour. He has one job: get 3 outs and seal the victory. The Orioles are down to their last chance. The fans who have remained are trying to will their team to a comeback, their cheers echoing in the late-night air. The first batter for Baltimore steps in, a veteran role player. He represents the tying run. The closer wastes no time, firing 3 straight fastballs past him for a swinging strikeout, 1 down. The Mariners' infielders exchange confident glances. The next batter comes up, another tough out. He manages to foul off a couple of tough pitches, extending the at-bat. He works the count to 2-2. The closer takes a deep breath, gets the sign from his catcher, and unleashes a wicked slider that breaks sharply across the plate. The batter swings and misses, off balance and completely fooled. Strike 3, 2 down. The Mariners are now just 1 out away. Their players in the dugout are leaning over the railing, their excitement palpable. You can see the finish line. The game that started as a tense pitcher's duel is now firmly in their grasp, a testament to their clutch hitting and lockdown bullpen. The final batter for the Orioles walks slowly to the plate. The weight of the entire game rests on his shoulders. The crowd is on its feet, a mix of hope and desperation. The closer is locked in, focused only on the catcher's mitt. He throws a first-pitch fastball for a called strike. The crowd groans. The next pitch is another fastball, fouled straight back. The count is 0-2. The closer knows he is in complete command. He winds up one last time and fires his best pitch of the night, a blazing fastball right on the outside corner. The batter swings, but he's late. The ball smacks into the catcher's glove. The umpire rings him up. Strike 3. The game is over. The Seattle Mariners stream out of the dugout and onto the field, celebrating a hard-fought 3-1 victory. They shake hands, pat each other on the back, their faces beaming with the satisfaction of a job well done. This was more than just a win. It was a statement. They came into a tough environment against a great team and found a way to win. For the Orioles, it's a tough loss. They played well, but one mistake. Julio Rodriguez's home run was the difference. As the fans slowly file out of Camden Yards, the Mariners celebrate a victory that feels like it will propel them forward, one step closer to their October dreams.